KOR the Sports. We're here with legend Ruben Castillo. Tell me, man, inducted in the National Boxing Hall of Fame. How does it feel, brother?
Well, you know, this is it's a great feeling, and I'm gonna tell you why. You know, I fought 4 world title fights, and of course I fought some great champions and legends. I didn't become the world champion, but this solidifies what I did in my career. To now become a Hall of Famer is the ultimate.
Well, I mean, you had a beautiful speech out there, man. It was great. Talking about Juan, all that stuff. Yeah. That was awesome. But man, they put you through the gauntlet, man. Like they really like gave you just the. But
you know that's what boxing's about. Right. In our era, it's not like now. In our era, you had to fight the best. And when look at Alexis Arguello and such, they're legends, you know. And that's what I like. That's because if you fight fighters like now, it's different eras, you know. Like in the 80s, it was Magic, Kareem, Fernando. It's all sports has eras that they're the best, and I was lucky that I was in that era. But it just takes a lot of work.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Kind of, what's your opinion about kind of the state of boxing now and where it is now, obviously compared to that?
Oh, there's no comparison now. But you know, boxing's going to come back. It's going to rebound. Myself, Juan Laporte, Pepino, Lupe Pintor, we're all going to get together and we're going to do a tournament. For a WBC tournament for the youth. So the WBC youth tournament, that's when you create champions. We're going to get the best of the youth, and then they become champions. We're going to change the dynamics. Now remember what I'm telling you. We're double trouble promotions. We're fighters, their families are going to have insurances. If you don't do that, nobody. Look, after fighters are done with boxing, the promoters don't give a shit about them. I do. I'm a fighter first before I'm anybody. So we're going to change it. It's going to happen. That's
beautiful, brother. And boxing needs it for sure, because we've all seen, unfortunately, kind of the what happens to some of the older fighters and where they're at, and kind of the fans aren't there, all that stuff.
Now I'm going to tell you something. Once we start, my first show is going to be called The O Must Go, because everybody on the card from top to bottom is undefeated. We're level the playing field. That's how it's supposed to be. If you're 10-0, you're fighting a 10-0. 22-0, 22-0. Not like Golden Boy stuff. He's 16-0 and he's fighting a guy 17 wins and 32 losses. Really? That's not boxing. You fight people who are your level. Because you're never going to know how good he's ever going to be, because just like Julio Cesar Jr., wait till he fights somebody who can fight Steve Martinez. Busted that booty. See?
I want to ask you, man, let's talk about kind of boxing nowadays. Obviously, the biggest headline around right now is, you know, Canelo tested positive. Recently, he did the hair sample, kind of proving that he really wasn't taking it kind of performance like that. But, I mean, just kind of what's your opinion? Obviously, kind of old school. Is that enough for you? Not really?
No. But you know what? I don't know Canelo personally. I know Abel Sanchez, one of my best friends, and Gennadi's a great friend of mine. He didn't do that stuff. We didn't do that stuff back in our. Why do they have to cheat, try to have an advantage over their opponent? If you want an advantage, run more miles, do stadiums, do more. You need enhancements. Come on, now we never did steroids. That's bullshit. I don't believe just because I took a follicle, they got to Olympic test everybody. That'll tell you. See, they only suspend him for 6 months. Take $1 million out of him. That'll stop him. My dad said anytime you want to hurt somebody, get in their pocket. If they want to make him stop doing that, take $1 million out of his purse. That'll stop him.
Do you feel that, because it seems like obviously you feel he kind of did it intentionally, do you feel something about the first fight just kind of made him think maybe I need to do
exactly
something? Okay.
Notice, just take a look at what he looked like the first fight as opposed to now. He looks like a whole different person. That ain't right, because later on in life it's going to affect him. You know, titles, champions come and go. So, but he will always have that mark against his legacy as a cheater.
Knowing all this stuff, going into the rematch, hopefully it happens in September. How do you break down that fight for me? How do you see it happen?
I believe that Gennady will always be a better fighter than Canelo. Now that that he fought him, now he knows how to close escrow on him. I think it's going to be a whole different fight. I think, and Gennady told me that he's not going to let this go to the judges this time.
That's I mean, dude, that's the Legends prediction right there, man. tell the fans, you said you got the promotion thing going on. Tell the fans kind of what you're up to, where they could follow you, maybe social media.
I'm involved in solar energy, and we solar countries. We just finished Zambia. We're going to talk to Mauricio and the Suleiman family about doing Mexico, and then we're doing the Dominican Republic, Costa Rica, and now next week we're going to send a lot of solar generators to Puerto Rico. And so Juan, like I said, Juan Laporte is my brother. He's family to me. So we're involving Juan Laporte in our business. So to be honest, on our first project, I'm making more money. I made more money on my first project than I did in 2 careers. Wow. You know, and all my career, it would take 3 or 4 times. Mike Sana is another one of our business partners. So you know, it's fun. And then from that, we're gonna do the boxing tournament.
That's awesome, brother. It's great to see you doing so well. Congratulations, and thank you so much for your time, man.